this is my informative speech. I first wanted to talk about Venezuela. It is an extremely beautiful country that is filled with natural beauty, that is actually filled with amazing sights and beautiful people. But I specifically wanted to talk about Venezuela as a whole. And I wanted to talk about specifically the economy. Venezuela's economy is in constant turmoil. I'm able to talk about these kind of things because I have seen it firsthand through my family, through people who are still there that I love. When I was young, my grandma would normally talk to me all the time about how amazing Venezuela is. Obviously, she is biased, but you can really tell the truth that comes out. Right now, I want to start with the Bolivar, which is the currency of Venezuela. Right now, $1 is worth 2,596,780 bolivars. So if I wanted to go into a McDonald's, grab a Big Mac, it would cost me around 17.5 million bolivares, which is absolutely ridiculous. Here in the United States, it's $6.25. The second thing, that I want to talk about is imports are extremely expensive, which is why a big reason why Big Macs or anything in McDonald's is extremely expensive, because there are so few. Countries across the world have a hard time trading with Venezuela due to the current government. Venezuela, because of that, has a major lack of food, clean water, and medicine. At times, my grandma would tell me about how she would have to stand in line for hours for even just a sack of rice, or what we would call harina pan, which is basically something that is made with to make arepas, which is a Venezuelan food, very known, very simple to make, doesn't take a lot. My grandma would cut in line using her age as an excuse. It was a great tool because it helped her a lot, but still the fact that she had to do that just for water, medicine, hurts me to this day. So the third and last point goes along and kind of explains everything right now, is Venezuela's poverty rate. The poverty rate of Venezuela back in 2019 was a shocking 96%. 96% of Venezuela's population was living in extreme poverty. Now, in recent years, it has dropped to 50.5%, but is still terrible. A little more than half of the country lives in extreme poverty. As I explained, the current household income is the equivalent of $175 US dollars. which is not a lot at all. To live by yourself in Venezuela costs around $2,000. That's 2 with 3 zeros. And as I explained, the average income is only 175. It goes to show just how hard. And it was so hard to live in Venezuela that over 7 million Venezuelans had to flee the country due to the economic turmoil and among other things. Venezuela's economy, is in absolute chaos and really is obviously not doing very well in any way. It is doing better than the previous years, but it is still shocking of how terrible it still is. The reason I explain all these things is to inform people of what's happening in Venezuela, the country of my ancestors, what was once an extremely rich country full of oil, petroleum, natural resources, has been stripped and taken from its people due to the pride of man. Thank you.